Hello everyone! We're in Sinaia, and if you've seen our videos from Romania, you know that this is not our first time visiting this area. If you haven't seen our previous video from Sinaia, I'll leave it linked in the description and in the card above. So you can see it after you finish watching this one, and you'll have even more ideas about this place and things that you can see and do when you get here, and interesting information about the history of this place with which you can impress your travel partner or partners. In this video, the first stop will be at George Enescu's Memorial House, and then we will visit the Pelisor and Peles Castles. If you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel by smashing that subscribe button to find out even more interesting things about the next place you're thinking of visiting. As we've mentioned earlier, the first stop will be at the George Enescu Memorial House, where the entrance fee was 22 Romanian lei for an adult. While we're visiting the courtyard and the house, we'll tell you a little bit about the one who is considered the most important Romanian musician, composer, violinist, pedagogue, pianist and conductor. He was born on August 19, 1881, in Moldavia and died in Paris on May 4, 1955. The Romanian musician enjoyed the support of Queen Elizabeth of Romania, herself a cultured person and a prolific writer, also known by the artistic pseudonym Carmen Silva. The Queen quickly realized the talent of the young musician and for years provided him with a room in an intimate corner of the Peles Castle, where he could study. He was also often invited by the Queen to give recitals at the palace. The beauty of the place and the proximity to the Peles Castle were the reasons which determined the musician to build a house here between 1923 and 1926, with the money he earned from his first tour in America. The house was built according to his own plans and was called Villa Luminiș. For the next 20 years, until 1946, when he left Romania for good, a time that coincides with the beginnings of communism in the country, in the periods between his tours in Europe and North America, he periodically returned to his home in Sinaia to devote himself to his craft, composing from here at least 1 month per year. In 1947, while in Paris, Enescu donated a villa to the Romanian state to be used as a place of rest and creation for artists. Since 1995, the place became the George Enescu Memorial House. At the entrance to the villa, there is a marble bust of George Enescu, created by the Moldovan sculptor Ioan Rimescu. From the interior of the house, we will leave you with some pictures, so you can see the spacious and comfortable rooms, which were furnished and decorated with refinement and imagination. Here, ornaments and furniture in the Romanian, Oriental and Biedermeier styles come together in a harmonious and original way. And now that we've seen the George Enescu Memorial House, let's go and visit the Pelisor and the Peles Castles and find out their history, which has a strong tie to that of the Romanian Royal Family. Before visiting the interior of the castles, while walking through their beautiful garden, we'll talk a little bit about the history of the Royal Family of Romania, in order to better understand the history of the palaces. In 1866, Alexandru Ioan Cuza, Prince of Moldavia and Romania, was removed from the throne through a plot hatched by the political parties of the time. The European powers recognized the union of the Principalities of Romania in 1859, but only during Cuza's reign. So in 1866, a special diplomatic mission was started with the aim of bringing a foreign prince on the Romanian throne. After a period of searching, during which the Count of Flanders rejected the proposal of the Romanian delegation, at the initiative of Napoleon III, Ioan Brătianu left for Germany, going to Düsseldorf. Here, Karl, son of Prince Karl Anton of Hohenzollern, accepted the proposal to be the King of Romania. The royal family of Romania descends in direct genealogical line from the imperial family of Hohenzollern-Sigmaringen, the Swabian branch of the family, and is related to all the great European royal families: the British, the Windsor dynasty, the Spanish, the Danish, the Greek, French, Bourbon, and the imperial family of Russia, Romanov. The royal family of Romania was founded by Karl of Hohenzollern-Sigmaringen, who became on May 10, 1866 the ruler of the United Principalities of Moldavia and Wallachia, and in 1881, after gaining state independence, he became the first king of Romania. The Peles Castle in Sinaia was the summer residence of the kings of Romania, and was built at the wishes of King Carl I of Romania between 1873 and 1883, in the middle of one of the most beautiful views imaginable, and took the name of the river that flew nearby. The castle was masterfully designed by the German artist Stör and the Czech architect Karl Lehmann in the German Neo-Renaissance style. The Peles Castle is one of the most important historical edifices in Romania, having a unique character, and due to its historical and artistic value, it is one of the most important monuments of this kind in Europe. King Carl I, elected ruler of Romania in 1866, visited Sinaia for the first time in August of that year and was delighted by the beauty of the place. At that time, Sinaia was a small mountain village called Podul Neagului. The ruler decided to build a palace in a secluded and picturesque place called Piatra Arsă. A few years later, in 1872, he bought the land, 500 hectares, and the work began in 1873. It took the workers 2 years to finish the preliminary works before the actual building of the castle started, and during all that time the king personally supervised the works. In 1875, the foundation stone of the castle was laid, under which several dozen gold coins of 20 lei were buried, the first Romanian coins with the face of Karl I. In 1883, the official inauguration of the Peles Castle took place, which the ruler saw as the headquarters of the new dynasty, and its position on the Prahova Valley was not accidental. Not far away, in Predeal, was Romania's border with the Austro-Hungarian Empire at the time, and later, after the union of Transylvania with the Old Kingdom, the castle came to be located right in the heart of the country. Important political meetings were held here, such as the Crown Council of 1914, when Romania's neutrality in the First World War, which had just begun, was decided. The castle hosted many personalities of the time: writers, musicians, kings and queens. The most important visit was that of the old emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, Franz Joseph, in 1896. After its inauguration in 1883, Peles underwent further changes, always expanding. The current form was reached only in 1914, the year in which King Carl I took his last breath. In addition to the Peles Castle, the Pelisor Palace, the Guards Building, the Economat, the Foișor Hunting Lodge, the stables, the electrical plant, and the Shipod Villa were built. Until the castle was completed in 1883, King Carl I and Queen Elizabeth lived at the Hunting Lodge, which was finished before the castle. Thanks to its own power plant, Peles was the first fully electrified castle in Europe. The Peles Castle holds a special role in Romania's history. In 1893, the future king Carl II was born here, the first king of the dynasty to be born on Romanian soil and the first one to be baptized in the Christian Orthodox faith. In 1921, his son, King Mihai I, was born at the Foișor Hunting Lodge. In 1921, the wedding of Princess Ileana, one of Carl II's sisters, took place at the Pelisor Palace, attended by many important people of that time. And now let's go in and visit the Pelisor Castle. Pelisor is a smaller palace, built on the grounds of the Peles Castle between 1899 and 1902 at the request of King Karol I, by the Czech architect Karl Liman and decorated by the Viennese artist Bernard Ludwig. From 1903, the Pelisor Castle became the summer residence of the Crown Princes of Romania, Ferdinand and Maria. The Pelisor Castle is smaller, having only 99 rooms, compared to the Peles Castle with 120 rooms, and its decorations bear the mark of a strong personality, that of Queen Maria of Romania. The Hall of Honor, refined in its simplicity, is paneled with oak wood. Remarkable is the skylight adorned with stained glass, an architectural element specific to the art of the 1900s. From the Hall of Honor, we go to see the office of King Ferdinand, impressive through its solemnity. The furniture is in the German Neo-Renaissance style and stands out through the wooden desk made out of walnut wood and decorated with 3 carved panels depicting the Peles and the Pelisor castles and the Foișor hunting lodge. The next stop is at the chapel that forms part of Queen Maria's apartment, which is located in a space clad with Rușchița marble, accessible through a gilded columned arch. Also part of Queen Maria's apartment is the Golden Bedroom, which is furnished with pieces made in 1909 by the Arts and Crafts workshops in Sinaia, according to the Queen's plans and drawings. Carved in lindenwood, gilded, they are decorated with Celtic-inspired interlace and Byzantine zoomorphic elements, interpreted in the artistic style of the 1900s. The next stop is Queen Maria's office, which is located in an interior adorned with columns in the local Brâncovenesque style, with a fireplace typical of the Romanian interiors, and furnishings designed by the Queen. The chairs and the correspondence desk are decorated with the symbols of Queen Mary, the lily and the cross. And from here we're going to the Golden Room, the pivotal room of the palace. An unusual room in terms of its decoration. The gilded stucco walls bear thistle leaves, a motif dear to the Queen, as it was the emblem of the city of Nancy, the capital of Art Nouveau, but also linked to Scotland, Maria's birthplace. The furniture, decorated with Celtic and Byzantine elements, is highlighted by the skylight in the shape of a Celtic cross. In the last video, we told you the story of Queen Maria's heart. If you haven't seen that video already, I'll leave it linked for you in the description and in the card above. On November 3rd, 2015, the box with the Queen's heart was brought to the Pelisor Royal Castle and deposited in the Golden Room, the place where the Queen's heart beat for the last time. So the Golden Room was declared a royal chapel. The octagonal silver box weighed 561 grams. It was wrapped in the English and Romanian flags and placed in the larger box, weighing 8.1 kilograms, made of gilded silver with platinum mounts and 307 precious stones, gems, sapphires and rubies. The 2 boxes were made long before Queen Maria's passing by the jeweler Maurice Fremont. On one side, the box bears the inscription Her Royal Highness, Princess Maria of Romania, Romanian Ladies. And on the lid is a representation of the royal crown placed on the flag of the Kingdom of Romania. On the side is engraved the monogram M for Maria and the coat of arms of Romania before 1918. Let's go now to the Peles Castle. For the period in which it was built, the Peles Castle had very modern facilities. A good example is the glass ceiling of the Hall of Honor, which is mobile and can be opened by an electrical motor. And another significant example is the central heating that has been in operation since 1883. The castle has many remarkable rooms in size and the way that they are decorated. The Hall of Honor, located on the ground floor, impresses through its grandeur and the fact that it is one of the first places that you visit and has a significant impact on many of the visitors. The hall is wallpapered and decorated in the German Neo-Renaissance style with walnut wood paneling, bas-reliefs and statuettes. And the movable glass ceiling, which can be operated with the help of an electrical motor or via a manual system, was then, as it is now, an element of surprise for the king's visitors, who could admire the serenity of the sky on clear summer nights. The hall was completed only in 1911 under the guidance of the Czech architect Karl Liman. The stained glass windows that can be frequently seen throughout the Peles Castle were brought and installed between 1883 and 1914, most of them being brought from Switzerland and Germany, dating from the 15th and the 17th centuries. From the hall, we go to the Royal Library, which attracts especially those who are passionate about rare books, with leather covers and engraved with golden letters. Even for those less familiar with the rare books universe, there is an attraction in the library, although when we visited it, it was not accessible. A secret door to a path behind the bookshelf through which the king could take refuge in various rooms of the castle. Another interesting place is the Armoury Hall. Created between 1903 and 1906, it houses over 4,000 European and Oriental pieces from the 14th and the 17th centuries, of which the German armors from the 16th to the 17th centuries are considered the most valuable. And here we find the complete armor for horse and knight, unique in Romania. The next room is the Florentine Hall, also called the Great Hall, one of 3 reception rooms of the palace, that impresses with its gilded lindenwood carved ceiling, adorned with 2 large chandeliers and decorations in the style of the Italian Neo-Renaissance. We move to the Moorish Hall, the work of the architect Charles Lecomte de Nuit. As the name suggested, it is decorated with Hispano-Moorish elements. And inside we can see a fountain made out of Carrara marble, a copy of the original which is found in Cairo. We pass by the audience hall, which resembles one of the rooms from the City Hall in Lucerne, in Switzerland. The king's office displays an imposing desk and lectern for audiences. And from the king's office we go to the dining room, where silver pieces of great value are exhibited. The room is located on the ground floor and has rustic Breton furniture from the 18th century. From here we go to the Turkish salon, which houses a collection of Turkish and Persian brass artifacts. From the Turkish salon we go up to the first floor, to the small music hall that was reorganized to display the crown's treasures. The furniture of the hall was received as a gift from the Maharaja of Kapurthala. Next is the concert hall, which was created in 1906. The musical instruments presented here are a harpsichord made in Antwerp in 1621, a grand piano and a Blutnariga organ with 1,700 pipes and 2 keyboards, which is unique. The next stop is the Imperial Apartment, which was ready in 1906, at the same time as the concert hall, for the occasion of the visit, which never took place, of the Emperor of Austro-Hungary, Franz Joseph I, who was invited to the 40th anniversary of King Carl's I's reign. After the Imperial Suite, we go to the Royal Suite, which consists of a bedroom illuminated by a Bohemian crystal chandelier, a wardrobe, a washroom, a breakfast room, and a guard's room. And from here we go to the second floor, where we see King Mihai's I room, the largest room on this level. The next stop is the apartment decorated with pepperwood. And from here we go to the Rococo salon, that served as a living room for guests. From here we'll go see George Enescu's apartment. As we told you earlier in the video, he was Queen Elizabeth's protégé, and he came at least once a year to the Peles Castle. There are many other rooms in the Peles Castle that we haven't talked about today, so we'll let you discover those yourself. As for us, our trip to Romania, this time around, comes to an end, and we'll be heading to Spain, where we'll visit Barcelona. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel by smashing that subscribe button to find out when the next video comes out. And if you've enjoyed today's video, like it and share it with others, so they can find out interesting things about the next place you're thinking of visiting. See you soon!